Let's talk about NMIXX. When NMIXX first debuted, I received a lot of comments about it. And this isn't anything new, but what surprised me was the alarming number of comments that said things like, "What do you think of JYP's new flop group?" That phrase, flop group, was everywhere I looked. It was in my comment section, it was under their videos, it was under unrelated videos. I had heard this phrase before I had even heard their name, much less their music. I saw comments calling them aespa knockoffs. I saw people saying this was the worst debut in K-pop history. And I was like, hoo boy, we are in for a wild one. But I was intrigued. What about NMIXX was so horrendously flaccid that they were deemed dead on arrival by the K-pop first responders? So I've listened to their debut album. And I'm not going to sit here and say that OO is a secret musical masterpiece and that I pity those without the special ears required to decipher its greatness, even though that's my channel brand. But I've listened to this song a lot to get a sense of how I feel about it, and I just don't think it's the dark sign of damnation the way people have been saying. Oh, I know what's wrong with it. I know what JYP was trying to do, and I don't think they succeeded. On my first listen, I just thought it was funny. Shug Shug and Coke Zero. Like, are you kidding me? The chorus is crumbling under its own weight, and the production in the bookends is so just, outdated badass. But I think the source of frustration comes from the pockets of actually good musical moments in the song. The ideas floating around separately could have made very good pieces of music. I like the teen pop rhythms in the middle. I like the way they pour the vocals over it. I like this whirlpool washing machine percussion in the finale. The disappointment for me comes from knowing we're never gonna get these actual songs as actual songs because they're fused together. I know there are fan remixes and yada yada, but it's the principle of the matter. Knowing that a good song was sacrificed in the name of sticking a foot in the door of 4th gen experimental brouhaha is super frustrating. I want a full 3-minute version of this song, and I want the official version that would have been. Could have, never will music is some of the most disappointing to me. When I say I like experimental music, I mean music that challenges what music could mean. Music that strives for breakthroughs, if not in depth, then at least in expression. Not sacrificing a good song's existence because we gotta put the song together. OO just doesn't feel as genuine as other experimental songs in the 4th gen. This is a Battlefield Earth song where the company repeated the structures of SM experiments but didn't know why they were used in the first place. They didn't know what made those songs good and instead just repeated the cosmetics. On the other hand, I like Tank. I think Tank is awesome. And I think Tank suffers from being OO's B-side. People were already so entrenched in this being the worst debut ever that I think Tank just kind of got scrubbed right in there. I like Lily's haunting Night at the Museum wailing. I like the street punch verses. I like the constant member interjections. I like being freaky fishy fishy. I like the way the members tweak their expression in the verses. I like how some lines are padded with layers of vocals before breaking into a single clean voice. It feels like the girls are debating each other and the beat is playing both sides of the argument, going from tense tin-touch drums to round throbs of bass as the song snaps around the axle. The song is built on constant trade-offs and it makes the switches and full stops flow together. People were claiming that this song is like a disjointed mess, but I actually think it's pretty seamless because of what it focuses on. Tank is pretty alien, and it does not care about satisfying your idea of what songs should sound like. To me, the only flaw is that guy going life is wonder underneath almost the entire song. It's fine when it's buried under layers, but it's kind of annoying when I can hear it. Tank is on my vampire playlist. I play this song when I'm shopping for icing to eat out of the can, and I pretend that I'm in the Matrix and that the guy buying granola bars is about to fight me for my internal coding. Makes life more fun. Tank forever. So right now these girls are 1 for 2 with their debut album. They gave me one song I don't listen to, and one song I really, really like. And I know that I'm not in the majority about that second opinion, but it's how I feel. And I thought that was that. 50-50 group, fine, done. But then I saw that NMIXX went to Kcon. And though I have never in my life watched a Kcon fan cam or cared about a Kcon appearance, this caught my attention because they performed Move Your Body by Beyonce, which is kind of the G-rated version of Get Me Bodied from the B-Day album. Get Me Bodied is one of my top 5 favorite Beyonce songs. For a little context, Move Your Body was part of Michelle Obama's Let's Move campaign to fight childhood obesity. So as part of the campaign, Beyonce rewrote the song to make it more applicable to kids, but also more of an activity that you could do anytime, anywhere. Every few measures, the song would call out a new dance move, and you would dance that move until the next one was called, so on and so forth. Get Me Bodied is this very classy bounce song, but Move Your Body was more like an anthem with big brass inclusions and a bunch of different dance sounds. It was meant to be this big flash dance phenomenon, but most importantly, it was a Beyoncé song. And for people who didn't grow up with Beyoncé, it can be difficult to describe the sway she had over American kids. And yeah, not every person who grew up at the same time as me is a Beyoncé fan, but no one in their right mind is going to deny the gravity she has. If she asked you to jump the rope, you jump the damn rope. Beyoncé could make you feel good about being alive, and to a lot of kids, that is a necessity, and the fact that she could just gift it to you was everything. She had this power to make you feel good about yourself. So I've been a K-pop fan for a long time now, and when I watch newer groups who don't have years of experience perform, I tend to see two performance perspectives that aren't just the regular song and dance. Number one, the idols who think they're in a theater and perform for the half-blind grandmas in the cheap seats. And number two, idols who treat the stage the same as the music video and just do whatever they did in the music video on stage. And I know that second type definitely has its audience, but I don't watch live stages to relive the music video. I would just watch the music video. Ideally, a live performance should be its own experience. It needs to have something different to make it worth watching. And if there's one thing I expect from JYP groups, it's amazing stage presence. So I was hoping that NMIXX at the very least would be in that first type. You cannot show up to a Beyoncé song with anything less than your complete love for music, or you will fail. And complete love is exactly what NMIXX delivered at Kcon. I've linked a bunch of fan cams in the description, but for me, the best one that I found is by a YouTuber named LilyM1710. I am assuming that this is their fan cam that they shot themselves, and I think it just had the best sound and the best visuals for getting how the energy was on stage. It's such a cool video. Please go check it out.
Move your body, move your body, move your body, move your body. Everybody, just move your body. Everybody, just move your body. Hey, everybody, I wanna be myself tonight. Can you give me body? I wanna be myself tonight. Wanna move my body. I wanna lay it up tonight. Wanna party, wanna dance. Wanna be myself tonight. Hey. Everybody get ready to take me all around. So let me go. Ain't no world we know. We can dance all night. Move your body. Let me come closer to me. While we dance to the beat. Move your body.
Look, I'm big on words, but I cannot describe how blown away I was when I first watched a video of their performance. This performance was magnetic. They were not in the first type, they were not in the second type. With their energy and their passion and their audience play, I would think they're a 3-year-old group before I would think they're a few months old. I knew they could dance, I knew they could sing, but this little performance was so full of life and excitement. They gave vocal knockouts back to back to back. They knew exactly what moments to play up. They were so affectionate with the dance. In the video, Beyoncé has these jean shorts and bright green socks, and when NMIXX showed up in these jean outfits and the neon socks, I thought to myself, this is what a girl group looks like. These girls love to be on stage, they want to be on stage, and Move Your Body was not only the perfect choice, I think it was the only choice for showing off what they're made of and just how well they connect with music. Beyoncé sings in ink, not pencil, and NMIXX put ink all over that stage. God, I hope Move Your Body invokes some sort of epiphany in the company because this is their music. This is where they should be. I mostly pick groups purely on music, but there are groups with great music that I feel zero connection to, and you know what? I feel connected. They connected with me when they did this performance. If this group could give me in 3 minutes what a lot of groups can't give me in 7 years, I'm interested. This is a group proving their potential. I kind of like how they own OO on stage. If you're trying to show me a group that is embarrassed about the music they're performing, this is not one of them. I like that they are so passionate about whatever OO is to them. So yeah, I don't agree that NMIXX is a flop group. This comment is only outdone by its uglier cousin. Poor NMIXX. I feel so bad for how awful their debut was. Those girls must be so embarrassed to be the worst group in the 4th gen. Okay, great, you hate OO, but it's just mean to make a comment that's both pitying and degrading. Does NMIXX deserve better than OO? Yeah, I think so. I would love to see music that just emphasizes what we know they can do, and I think they suit these big crowd-energizing, vocal-heavy activity songs. But more than anything, I think they deserve better than the constant condescending pity, especially by people saying they should feel humiliated by their debut or assuming that they hate being in the group. I don't think they want your pity. I would love if more people would know how amazing they are as performers, something that this generation could use more of. I am totally happy to see people rip apart OO and give it their full frontal critique because that is their opinion and that is their right, but it's the waves of, "Aw, poor NMIXX, they must be so embarrassed about being the worst group in K-pop," means you're missing the best part of the group. For me, this is not a wasted group, and I would be hard-pressed to list a rookie that could blow me away the way NMIXX did with one stage.